So I've been talking to myself this whole time, huh? I apologize. What it is I mute the mic so that y'all don't hear me while the countdown's going on when I'm sitting here messing with stuff and clanking on things, and then I forget to turn it back up. I'm sorry. I apologize. Mr. Olafson, nah, you're not too far away. You're good. Like I said, for the people coming in, I apologize. I didn't have the mic turned on. This was just a last minute live I decided to do since I'm leaving tomorrow morning to go to Missouri. So I was in the middle of packing, and I said, I might just go jump on live just for a little while. Just a short one tonight, just to see kind of what's going on. You know, I've been busy today getting stuff together for me to leave tomorrow morning for this trip. And I'm hearing the echo. And I haven't really been paying attention to crypto today, and I hear that it's bleeding, and this is bleeding bad. I don't know what the hell's causing it. I've kind of looked around a little bit, but they got some good sales going on now. Whether or not you want to follow certain people's advice that once you buy a dip a couple of times, it's time to move on. I don't know. I don't have the capital with me going on this trip tomorrow. I don't have the capital to keep buying these dips. But I'm going to tell you, this is looking very intriguing. This vet, especially this vet. I'm saying that I'm letting you know right now. Vet falls to a penny or a sub penny, under a penny. I'm taking a loan out. Not financial advice. Don't pay attention to me. Don't listen to me. But I'm telling you right now, if vet falls under a penny, I'm loading up. Grass is down to 28 cents. They started another epoch. Those fools over there just don't want to believe that every time an epoch starts again, that the price dips, but it does. What was it? The all-time high was close to $4 on this. What the hell happened? Is that $2? Goodness gracious. I don't even want to know what my average buy-in is on Cosmos. Because I was loading up on it when it was $30 and $40. $2.47. Jesus. And the all-time high on this was almost $40, $50. All-time high is $44. My fat head's in the way. See, no matter which way I put my camera, it seems like I'm in the way. $44. It's gonna hit all-time low again. That's just crazy. Yeah, AVAX is at 1573. Peaks at 6 cents. Probably hitting all-time lows again soon. With this is hard. This is hard to look at too. 39 cents. XRP at 216. Everything's bleeding. Like everything is bleeding. It's crazy. BNB was up to 1300 the other day. Cardano at 51 cents. That's crazy. Does anybody know what the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? I don't think we're blaming President Bush. I mean, Trump on this one. This seems like there's something else going on. I don't know. What time is it in Sweden? 2:10. Correct. Mr. Olson. Oh, 2:10 p.m. No, it's gotta be 2:10 a.m. over there, right? I don't think so. Maybe there's a. Yeah, pure manipulation. Bogdan Georgescu 5448 says. I'm hearing that, but this is a lot of stuff to be manipulated. But they're saying the whales are manipulating it right now. Um, you know, that old saying that you buy when there's blood in the streets. Well, there's blood in the streets, like it's a massacre outside. Alt season, 25 out of 100. That's funny. Fear and greediness is at 20. I would just keep saying the same old thing. This is when you need to be buying. When the fear and greed is at this kind of point right now, this is when you need to be buying. This is worse than what it was that Saturday that I did that video where everything was dropping like crazy. But I don't know about y'all, but I can't buy no more dips. All the money I had for crypto, I bought the dips, and it's dipped since then. So yeah, there's a meme that goes around that says that, like, I already bought so many dips, I can't buy no more dips. It says our yearly low for fear and greed was a 15 on March 10th. We might hit that again. God. This was at 300 and something last week. How is it still going up like this? I almost bought some. But I mean, when you're buying it last week when we saw this at 300, like, what you would have made? This is up to number 19. What the front door? Jesus Christ. Look at all this red, all this red, all this red. This is a stable coin. All this red, a little bit of green for 0.48%, 33%. And it's only down 0.16 in 24 hours, and 1% down. Zcash. Like, come on, man. Oh my gosh. That's freaking crazy. Crazy, I say, crazy. My portfolio is crap, but I just landed a Glock 21 Gen 5, so I'm good. Gonna be worth millions. I'm all in. No cash to buy more. I'll let the DCA. I DCA now. I preach DCA to everybody. Put a little bit in now, a little bit in later, a little bit. But I'm broke. I'm broker than broke right now. It's every day there seems to be something new around my house. Now I'm going to the chiropractor because I hurt my back real bad. We're going every day since Friday when I heard it. Saturday, I could barely walk. And she saw me over the weekend, but I got a bill coming down for 5 days in a row of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, today's Tuesday. 5 days in a row of chiropractic and needling in my back and a little electric probes on the needles that shock the shit out of you. It's always something, man. It's always something. I had some extra money on the side for this Missouri trip I'm going on. I don't know how the hell I'm going to pay for it. I'm sleeping in probably some very questionable places on discount. But I tell you, you let vet come down to under a penny, I'm going to find some money somewhere. Find it. I'm move something, sell a kidney or something. But Zcash, the project that was dead, like this is. It says Zcash shown early signs of exhaustion after testing the upper. Price had reached a key rejection zone near $500. This is true. The only altcoin that in the market that didn't get the memo. Insane looking chart. This is balls. Like, this is just crazy. It's up 1,000% in a year. I can't believe I sold mine. And I keep hoping I would find some wallet somewhere that I had a little bit of Zcash left. Just like one Zcash, one token. I can't. I searched all my wallets. I can't find the website that I used to mine Zcash to when I had the ASIC. It was like Z miner, Z something like that. And I cannot find it. Can't find it. But that's crazy. Crazy. ICP bounced up too. Yeah, ICP's up 61%. Yeah, man. That's crazy. It makes me want to go drink. I think of Cardano. We'll get back $3. Look, that's a loaded question. Do I think Cardano gets back to $3? I own a bunch of Cardano. I'm hoping it's back to $3. But I was also the one, along with a lot of other people, saying November and December is going to be our alt season, and we are far from having an alt season. You know, you got certain people out there who are starting to become these Bitcoin maxis, saying that because of ETFs and because of, you know, the amount of retail and stock people and all these people putting into strictly Bitcoin, we're not going to have this crazy alt season. That's what they say. You know, if we can have a good alt season, I could see some of these alts at least going back to all-time high, which for Cardano, you're at $3. I bought Cardano all through that bear market, 2021, 22, 23, some 24. Same thing with VET. Same thing with Cosmos, Atom, whatever you want to call it. I would hope, you know, WIF getting going back to its all-time high of, what was it, $4 or $5, somewhere around there. That's what we were hoping on. You know, I listen to George. I haven't listened to him lately just because I don't have an hour to listen to his lives and stuff. You know, he does these hour-long lives every single day. God bless him. I don't know how he does it, but you know, he would talk at least that these tokens that you know ain't going nowhere, that you know they got projects built on them that people are using, like Cardano and like some of these other ones, that they would at least get back to all-time high. You know, Crow. I'm beg and hope and plead that Crow goes back to $1. Crow goes back to $1. I'm paying off a car just because of me using that Crow card. I use that Crow card on everything, and every time I swipe that Crow card, I get Crow in my pocket. Sometimes I get 20 Crow, sometimes I get 100 Crow. I think if we have some kind of type of alt season, those boomer tokens, as Alex likes to call them, the boomer tokens, I can see those going back to all-time high. Now, some people say, well, it needs to be all-time high plus X amount of percentage. Look, I'm not greedy. Just give me back to all-time high. I'll cash some of it out, make some profits, sip some profits. But I can definitely see that. Mr. Olafson, thank you for passing by. Good night. Appreciate you passing by. 2:00 a.m. I wouldn't be on YouTube, but I can't lie. There's been times I get stuck in YouTube universe, and yeah. What else is going on? Looks like Beamable's got an announcement. Beamable is One of the nodes that was on sale at Helium Deploy I told you all about. It's a node I wanted. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Getting that financial advice. You know, I make stupid decisions every day, but I wanted a beamable node. I just did not have $450 right now for a beamable node. Hoping when some of these other projects go TGE and I can sip some profits, I can get one. But I wanted to get a beamable node. But Beamable apparently has announced their pre-sale. I guess that means they're getting close to token launch. NFT snapshot, TGE pre-sale claim. So, you know, I'm not in it now. I wish I could have got a beamable node from Helium Deploy. $450. You know, and some people don't like nodes. Some people don't like nodes. They want to have a tangible object, some kind of miner or something that they can touch and hold. And I understand that. I look at it as if the rewards are worth it, I can put it on a computer, stick it in the corner, and just let it run. I don't have to worry about the weather. Don't have to worry about, you know, batteries going dead or some of the other issues I'm having right now with some of these DEPIN devices. It's getting to be a pain in the ass. And this thing just runs in a corner on a computer. This is truly, truly, truly passive income. I like it. Again, I don't have $450 right now, but being able to check a node live. What was this other thing? 4D Sky. So is this like a competitive with Wingbits? For $947. And some of y'all complain about what they wanted for WB200s. What the hell is an air squitter? Really? Is that the best name y'all can come up with this? Squitter? Warp node's another one we talked about. This one's supposed to be gone, but this one you have to stake 25,000 warp, and we have no idea what warp's gonna be worth. So it'd be hard to kind of obligate yourself to that one. Brushing my teeth all the time, man. Twice a day, every day. I've only had the charge. Somebody asked me this. Since I have owned this thing, which is what, August? I think I got this. Maybe August. Maybe September, because I still got a few days left on my brush. And I think it's every 90 days you got to swap the brush out. But I've had to charge it twice. Battery's very good in it. I got the charger I have right here by my computer. And I just leave this thing in my bathroom. And it's cool, you know. I'm getting 200 tokens a day. Don't know what they're worth. Don't know when to go on TGE, but I'm just stacking them up. Stacking them up. You know, I'll be honest with y'all. You know, I'm honest. I don't see a lot of people buying these right now because, you know, when people use my code, I can see what they're buying. I don't know who it is buying it. I don't know what part of the world they're going into, but I do see people buying these. But they're not buying MGW 310s right now. The WB 200s are still selling. I don't sell a lot of them anymore, but you know, and that's just my code. But I bet at least once a week, maybe about once a week, you see a WB 200 still being sold. So people are still buying them, still putting them out, even at the price tag that they're at now. I thought they might have had the WB200 right here. So they're saying they got the problem with them fixed, and the new improved model isn't having any problems. Estimate your Wingbits. How do you know what the Wingbits calculator is going to be? They don't know what the token price is going to be worth. It's kind of crazy. So what else as we look through Discord and see what else we can find? So Beanbo has, that's what started me down this road. Beanbo does have a launch coming. What else? So for those who know, I actually broke my USB dongle on my Rover. I hate this thing because it sticks out so far. You know, this thing is huge. It's like this big. And it sticks out this far from the USB. If this is the USB plug-in, and if your hand barely hits it, it will sit there and crack this whole side right here. And this is where the USB plug was. The USB got ripped off of it. And my hand just barely hit the thing. So I got my trusty soldering iron out. The solder, whatever way you want to pronounce it. A USB plug. So what I did is I took a USB plug like this with an old connector that we don't use, and I cut it, stripped the wires out, and all I did was I took an ohm meter to check continuity, because on the other side of this plug, you can see where the red and black and white and green go in at. And I checked continuity between where those wires are soldered at on one side, matched them up to the other side. The only thing I could match up on this side was a red and a black. The white did not come out anywhere here, and the green didn't come out anywhere here, at least the way I did it. So all I did was I soldered, whatever you want to say it, a black and a red. And I got home and it worked. Holy hell. Holy hell. Like, I could not believe it. I could not solder to save my life, but I didn't burn the building down. That was my lunch today. I took my little trusty soldering iron out. Tried to have a lot of stuff I had to get done today for this trip, before this trip tomorrow. But I really wanted to get this Rover fixed before I go to Missouri. Like I told you last night, I think it's like 2,000 kilometers. Is that what it was? 1,000 kilometers, 2,000 kilometers? I can't remember. To basically to Springfield, Missouri, somewhere around that area and back. Plus the hunting for 4 or 5 days in between that. I hijacked my son's truck from him. I'm using that. But I'm happy to get my Rover fixed. But this says USB pinouts, and he has on here a white data, green data, but what plugs into your USB, there's no data coming off of that. You're just powering up that puck, right? So that's why I think the white and green didn't seem to work. I'm gonna tell you now, I didn't do anything. I did not solder anything to the data plus or minus, and the damn thing works. Blue light comes on, and synced it to my phone app, and said I could start driving. Because there's no data going across. This thing hooks up for power. There's no data coming across it at all. At least that's how I look at it. Do you stake ADA? I do in Binance the US, not a lot of return, but it's something. I stake mine in Exodus. Exodus is my hot storage wallet. Knock on wood, never had an issue with it. And I stock almost all my crypto onto Exodus. There are some things that I still have on Phantom, and some things that are on projects that I never moved over because I'm lazy. but Exodus is my hot storage wallet, and it Cardano does give me. I mean, Exodus does give me some type of percentages for staking. Let me look at it real quick and see what it says. If I stake Solana on it, let's see. Solana gives me a 6.77% staking on it. Cardano is a 2.43 staking. I got about 3,000 Cardano. So it stakes and it auto compounds, so I don't have to mess with it. It just automatically, I think it does. Let's see. Polygon's got a 4.6, 4.7 APY. Cosmos has a 21%, 21.2. It had dropped throughout the year, but it's back up to 21.2% staking, APY on staking on Cosmos. So I am staking my Cosmos and making some profits from it. Let's see. At one time, Vet had staking. That's like 1%. So, and all you're making is VThor off of it. I buy VThor because VThor is down at price, and if that ever goes back to all-time high, the VThor, which is the gas for Vet, I'll do very well on that. But you want to see something that's disgusting? You'll know, I think I said I DCA into this. So I bought $20 worth of Vet. That's what I buy. I buy $20 of different cryptos I like when I get paid. About $100, $120 worth, depending on how many I want to buy. So I bought $20 worth. With Coinbase, by the time you do all their fees, I got $19.11. Today, that's worth $9. Is that crazy or what? Here's another one. I bought $25 on this day. That's worth $13 now. I bought $55 of this one, and now it's that $30 now. Oh, man. $22 of this one, worth 11. So prices come down. Again, I don't know what my average cost buy-in is or anything like that, but any of y'all would like to win a Rover Tarantula, go to their Discord and you can go ahead and play the game, try to win you a Tarantula. You're not getting a light cone. I wish I had a light cone for this long trip I'm about to take. Look at who fought it. What's happening? Grump, am I mining midnight? No. But see, I'm gonna tell you, this computer, because of the size of the i9 processor and the video card and everything, I got in 64 gigs of RAM. This computer's off when I'm not using it. But if I can run it on older computers than the computers I'm running Grass on, which have Windows desktop, I guess I can run that midnight thing there. Tell you what, Tech, I know you're in my Discord. For those who ain't in my Discord, y'all should be in my Discord. Check out the link below. But Tech, send me, if there's a Discord for midnight or something, DM me on Discord with some info on it, please. You know, I don't like to DM first. So let's see what else is going on. What else is going on in the land of Discord? We can always go visit the septic tank of Discord. Grass. Stole my neighbor's lawnmower today. There's a lot of people saying Bitcoin's going under 100,000. I'm hearing a lot of people talk about 85 to 90,000. They've been saying that for 2-3 months. Normally what happens is when people start saying all this, it don't go that low. This is when they open the longs up. I wish I knew what Crypto Face was doing, because that's who I want to follow. If Crypto Face has a long opened up, if he's still shorting all this, follow that man. Grass is going to 10 cents. Is it, you think he meant 1 penny? Let me tell you something. I hate grass. I'm stuck in it. I'm just stuck in it. But I'm telling y'all right now, you let grass go down to like a penny, maybe even 10 cents. I hate to say this, but I might even buy some. I'm telling you, as soon as this thing goes, every time that they decide to not go to do a payout or whatever you want to call it, rewards, and they start a new epoch, they dump. It hurts. So Grass's all-time high was $3.90. So if this gets down to 10 cents, is that like a 39x if it goes back to all-time high? It's hitting all-time lows right now. Damn, this HTX has $10 million worth of volume going through it. Holy hell. 38, almost 39 million worth of volume going through for Grass. Man, I can't get tired. I still got packing to do tonight. What say you? What y'all thinking Grass is going to do? Continue to fall? Eventually got to do rewards. And look, I don't want to get in that soapbox again. I don't feel good, but I'm tired. But it's no secret. Every time they decide to keep going with epochs, we're on epoch 13 right now, which is beyond stupid. I still say it over and over again. They've already did rewards once. You already got that mechanism in place. Doing rewards is not that difficult. Even shitty projects can do rewards every couple of days. So, I don't know. So, are any of y'all still here? This is telling me I lost all my viewers. Did everybody leave? Nobody want to talk about Grass. They all went buy some vet and stuff like that. So I don't know. To the boot. I see everybody coming back now. I wonder if it booted some people around. I don't know. Maybe it's boring Tuesday night. What else? Let's see. Let's keep going. Weather XM. People, I saw people in the Discord earlier, in my Discord, discussing if they're going to buy NFTs for Weather XM. They announced that their Weather XM NFTs are on sale for those who are interested in that. I don't know. Do multiple browsers. All right, let's check around. If you're still here, send me some info on it. I'll take a look at it. I'm poor, man. I'll look at anything. So apparently must have had an AMA earlier in this. You gotta say that's different style of NFTs. Everybody's usually doing the apes and the monkeys and the whales and stuff like that. This is like beavers or something. whether, is that supposed to be Putsukani Phil or whatever his name is that sees his shadow February 2nd, Groundhog Day or something? I don't know. Let's see what else. I don't know what 375 AI has been doing. This is a bad time to do a release when this is another one I should have sold. This is another one I should have sold, and it was at 4 cents. I'm like, man, it's gonna come back up. It's gonna come back up. And this is that number one question you always have: where do you sell? If I was sold at 4 cents, like right here, and you're like, man, this has got to come back up, right? This was at 15. I don't know why CoinMarketCap does not show this, but at one point this was up to 15 cents. One of the YouTubers, I forget who it was, sold at 15 cents. And I keep hoping that they just giving everybody an opportunity to go ahead and dump their bags, people who don't want a long-term hold, and then 375 AIs can come behind them with some liquidity, purchase some tokens, burn some tokens, do something, and prop this price back up. That's the only thing I keep hoping for. I would hope a project would be ready for that, especially a project like 375 AI that for some reason gave away all the testnet tokens at one time. And y'all know, yes, it's my favorite project right now, and I'm betting the house on it. But with Wingbits, some people are upset because they are going to give you testnet tokens, your testnet tokens broken down over 12 months. And some people weren't happy with that. And this right here is exactly why. Exhibit A, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. When you give people all their tokens from testnet at one point, majority of them are selling them, getting out. That's what they do. X who fought it. He likes to get into projects early. He tells you he likes to get into projects early. I don't know if he sells or not, but some people, they want to get in these projects early because let's be honest, some of these projects, you look at Demo and Hive Mapper and some of these other ones, what happens, even the Helium to a point, what happens once they are full mainnet and going? They get boring, nothing new to drive up the cost, and you almost have to sell early. With Wingbits, this is one reason why Wingbits has said, hey, we don't want to go to to mainnet TGE too early, because we want to be able to keep, liquidity going into it, companies purchasing with their funds or whatever it is that they're selling to, and keep this price going and be able to sustain the price of it or whatever. Y'all know what I'm saying? And 375 AI is a perfect example of what happens when you don't. Now, Nubla did kind of the same thing. Nubla also, look, they're up 5% for the week. Yeah, up 6%. Like everything else is crashing. Look, they're back up to 8 cents. A good amount of us here got some good, some testnet tokens from Nubla. I don't know how to make heads or tail of them. I don't know what I got from mining, if I even did that right, from mining with a Nubla weather station versus the node that I have. I don't know if I even got the right amount of tokens, but hey, I got a decent amount of tokens. So this going back to 8 cents. Hopefully, we can get some good prices. But look, this has had 710 million pancake swap. $553 million in 24 hours. Pancake swap. Well, because it's BSC. So people are using Pancake Swap probably to bridge it to other tokens maybe. I really wish this would have been on Vet, but it is what it is. But hey, I give it to Nubla. Hopefully they can sustain this. Who far did I can only I'm not even gonna argue with you. I'm just gonna say I can only hope Wingbits is at 4 cents. I can only hope Wingbits is at 4 cents. Trying to figure this out. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. Plus, but again, we know this we know this thing's going TGE soon. We know they got an AMA coming up. I'm sure there's gonna be an announcement. Whether or not there's gonna be an announcement on TGE, I don't know, because I don't think Robin's gonna try to pigeonhole himself in that box again, if that makes sense, with them 4 walls around him, because twice he's given us an idea that it was coming. It was coming all end of August, beginning of September. It was coming in October. It was coming, all this coming. And guess what? We still aren't there yet. So I don't see him promising a date, even if he's 100% sure that he knows that a date's coming. Because he just, like he said, he doesn't want to change it. There was actually in Discord yesterday, if y'all didn't see that, in the Wingbits Discord, him and both Mike, or actually, however you look at him, came out with a pretty good write-up. They were supposed to go back and post it in the announcements, but it was in the general page, and we're basically just kind of explaining that. I don't see nothing. I don't think they ever post anything in the general or anything like that. But come on, Wingbits. That's all I can say. So this is it right here. This is what they were talking about. So it says they're paying close attention to recent TGEs across the DEPIN and broader crypto space. Too many have rushed out before their foundations or technicals were ready, and hasn't gone well for them. I think they're pointing at Sword Chain, Silencio, and some of these other ones that are actually getting removed from CEXs right now. We have some very exciting news very soon. We'll be sharing details, hosting a community AMA in mid-November. Look, I need to know when this is going to be, because I got a lot of hunting planned, a lot of vacation planned this month. I'm probably be out of work more than I will be at work. And then Robin comes on and makes an announcement. Yeah, I mean, they're admitting it. They're admitting that this was more than what they thought it was going to be. And again, how many projects would do that? And that's when he says, several times we thought they were approaching what they think was going to be a launch, just to learn something new and crucial, and they didn't know it before, so they had to hold off. It's funny how he says he's looking forward to the mid-November AMA and to answer everybody's questions. There's no S on the end of questions. It's only one question that everybody wants to know. And that's it. When TGE. I don't know if he's going to answer that because, like I said, I think even if he thinks it's going to happen the Monday after that, I think he might be too shell shocked right now because every other time he's mentioned that they've had to move the date. And I think he's going to be too scared to mention the date unless for some reason he 100% knows it's going to happen. Again, we know something's going to happen because we saw Kraken or whatever it was, the CEX let it out the bag that Wingbits is going to be available to him, which is awesome. But we saw that they did an announcement saying, join Kraken because you'll get to be able to play with some of these new tokens. One was 375 AI's token EAT, which some of y'all have messed with it on Kraken, and they also had one that said for Wingbits. So we know that that's coming. So hey, at least we know there is some type of movement, and just gotta be patient. I know it's hard. Listen, some of y'all got way more money in this, but I got technically now I got 16 stations since my new Wingbits just came in, my WB200, which replaced my broken WB200. And I've had several questions, and there's been a lot of chatter lately about broken WB200s and whether or not they want them back. Some people said that they were asked to send theirs back. Some people were not. Mine, I dealt with strictly HiFix. They have not asked for the old station back. If they want it and they send me a shipping label, they're welcome to have it back. I tried to bypass the LNA by sticking another LNA on top of it, and it did not help it. So some people have had success with that, sticking an LNA, one of the little small LNAs from AliExpress or something, on top of the antenna port and working in or through a cable, and they got it back working. Mine shows 2 planes, and I have many. I'm right next to the New Orleans International Airport, so I always got way more planes than 2. But it's got 2 planes right above me. It's almost like there's no LNA and there's no antenna connected to it. So no matter which antenna I connected, I tried 2 different ones with 2 different adapters, and I tried running a special external LNA, powered LNA, and it made no difference. If they want it back, they can have it back. I'm never going to use it again. Some people said that, especially like Helium Deploy, they wanted that back before they would send out a replacement. Look, Helium Deploy can do what they want. I disagree with that because, like the person who said this in my Discord, if you have a WB200 at a host location that's 2 hours away, well, you have to drive 2 hours to go get the broken one, ship it to Helium Deploy, sit back and wait. Then they send you one, and then you got to go drive 2 hours back to that host location again. That does suck. I'd be pissed off too. I don't know what to tell you, but let me know. I'm just curious. Because Wingbits, somebody from Wingbits said that they were told that they were going to take back all of the old WB200s. I can tell you right now, I've spoke to probably about 4 different people with broken WB200s, including myself, and only one out of those people were asked to send it back. And again, that was not from HiFix, that was from Helium Deploy. So I don't know. I don't know how that's working. Another thing you have to caution yourself for is they have WB200s and MGW310s on eBay right now. Some of them are very good priced. Are those broken ones? And if you get a broken one in your hand, are you going to be able to exchange it for a new one? I don't think you would, because when I exchanged mine for a replacement because my LNA broke or went out, whatever, short circuited, they needed my order number and my information from my original order. If you buy from somebody on eBay, you're not going to be able to get that. So just take caution on that. The one I saw on eBay that somebody shared in my Discord, again, that's why y'all need to be in my Discord. There's only 9 people here. I'm betting most of y'all are in my Discord. But that was a pretty cool thing. I forget who shared it. I don't know if it's Jay Styles shared it or who fought it. One of them shared it. But that was cool that they shared it with us, just so to make us aware that be cautious on what you're purchasing from eBay. But the eBay seller, I have to say, he was straightforward and said, the dang thing don't work right on the Wingbits side. The GeoNet side still worked correctly. So he was selling it for $600, which is still a discount when you think about it. Because if you went to buy a full-fledged GeoNet station like I got and like some of these other guys have, those are $700 right now for just a GeoNet station. So technically, you could buy this and you're saving $100 and still running GeoNet with it. So you have to think about it like that. 619 says, buy with PayPal with broken claim fraud. I don't know how that would work, but I mean, I understand, like, it would have to break when you first get it, I think. Unless you buy it, talking about buying the one on eBay. Man up, I've hiked my off-grid 30 times this year. I'm tired. My legs burn just listening to you say that. The U.S. Supreme Court on Wednesday will hear arguments whether U.S. President Donald Trump has authority to impose tariffs on the emergency powers. Who fought it? We don't care. Do you get help with crypto taxes? Do not ask me about crypto tax advice, because I know that I'm probably not doing them correctly. I get reports from some of the exchanges. Crypto tax is a little bit different. I would refer to your crypto tax person or your tax person. The problem is I have a buddy who just kind of finagled and played around with taxes like 2 years ago. I mean, with crypto a little bit. And he came back and told me how his tax person handled him, and he got roasted, and he shouldn't have got roasted because he took a loss. But it's weird. The crypto tax is very convoluted. They keep saying they're going to clarify them. I hope they clarify them. But, I look at my report that I get from from the exchanges back then. But I'm going to tell you, the last year or two, I have not sold that. I've been just buying the crypto. And I know it's supposed to be, you have to hold it and if it changes value and stuff like that, like I guess I just don't hold a lot to have to worry. And if I did sell, it was at a loss. But I know I'm not 100% doing them as accurate as I could be. But I look as I'm still claiming them, and it's still claiming as income. So I know that I have to be doing, not like I'm completely cheating, but I haven't really sold that much because I can't stay in the sell at a loss. Commit tax fraud. Not you ain't gonna get me to say that on live. There's no way. I just tell people refer to that tax person and hope they understand something that's going on with crypto. Because from what I understand, that crypto taxes are supposed to be getting a lot more simplified. But because I think like stocks, if you buy a stock, you can claim it as a profit if you sold it as a profit, of course, and then you claim it as a loss if you sold it at a loss. But crypto's not like that, I don't think. But especially in mining, when you're mining it, when it comes like this Wingbit stuff, that's going to get really weird because you're mining it and receiving it at the value it is for that day. I don't know. I shouldn't even open my mouth. Like I showed you how confused I am. Who fought it? The tariffs are not ending. The tariffs are not ending. I'm telling you right now, the tariffs are not ending because Congress would be an idiot to end tariffs. We had tariffs. Obama had tariffs. Biden had tariffs. Trump did tariffs last time. Biden, even though the Democrats hated the tariffs when Trump did it, guess what? When Biden took office, they didn't stop a single tariff. Now, 100% tariffs on China, that's idiotically stupid on Trump. He's a moron. But tariffs are not going to end. And I'm not saying I agree with them all, but every country's got tariffs. We have tariffs. I'm even him and Canada going back and forth, and then Canada canceled something, and we canceled something. Like it's just getting stupid. But you know what? Right now, crypto's bleeding so bad. If them coming out saying tariffs are being stopped, and that stops this bleeding for crypto, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. You got to report to IRS each hex you cover. See, 619, that's why you don't want bigger hexes, because then you gotta, if we have bigger hexes, you would have to tell the IRS how much bigger those hexes are, like that you're covering these big hexes now. Milkman, what's happening, man? Oh, that's a lot of money. Tech around. I'm not disagreeing with you that a Wingbit station is a lot of money. They went up in price. Even when they were at the price they were before, $395, that was a little bit rich even for my blood. The way I would look at it is this: if you're looking at putting it at a location, and when you look at the Wingbits map, and they don't have another station within 200 miles of you, or maybe just one other station with within 200 miles of you, I would probably try to collect some aluminum cans and check the couch for some spare money, and maybe give the project. I think the project has a lot of legs on it. I think it's gonna do very well. If you are in a place like around where 619 is, I would tell you, which is Los Angeles area, that kind of stuff like that, I would tell you that your money was safe by just holding on to it, if that makes sense. I still want to know why I can't see all my hexes anymore. But what I'm saying though, that who was that? That was Tech Around. Tech Around, if you live like, say, like here, I would tell you, do whatever you got to do, get a station and throw it up yesterday. You're gonna have a lot of these hexes to yourself, a single station, and you're gonna be stacking, my boy, stacking wings. If you live around this area right here, I would tell you, don't, you're good. Don't worry about it. We'll just report back to you and tell you how it works out. Denver, that's crazy. Like, this is just as bad as some of these other ones. Like, who lives right here and says, you know what, right here, yeah, I think we need another Wingbit station there. This is. I hate to keep cursing in my log, but this is asinine. 8 wings a day, 40 wings a day. Like, I don't understand the logic in that. I almost put a station in Salt Lake City a year ago because there was no other stations there. This was a wide open area, and it seems like everybody just jumped into it at one point. See, my station here has come down some. So yeah, if you live around here, or you live in 619's backyard somewhere up in here, there's no need to it. Eric's got Phoenix locked down. Grumpy's got Louisiana locked down. I'm trying to see if any of these stations are new. More and more stations coming online. I find my tokens are getting a little bit lower. A little bit lower. Let me make a song about that. I don't know why my tower station does not post up anymore. Yeah, that's Wingbits. Same thing. If you way over here, yeah, somebody got a station in Ukraine. I helped out my boy Daniel today. Daniel's got Africa locked down. He was moving some stations around. Look, my boy's getting some wings over there. I doubt he's on. $300. My boy Daniel's representing. And then I helped the other guy somewhere over here. I cannot remember his name. I helped him when he first got started. We got Africa representing. And I know they were trying to do some more here. I think Who Fought It got this all locked down. Who Fought It said they don't need no more stations over there. Y'all keep coming back over here. Canada's even filling up a little bit. Yep. It said the Alaska Pacific Coast. Is that because that's far away from you? Ooh, look at that. 500 tokens a day. I'm telling you, you get the right setup, especially on water, like my Grand Isle station. See, this has the capability of being better. You one station, one lonely station. I'd like to know what kind of setup this is and help this person out, because I can't believe that that's the only thing that they're going to have. Unless it's got so many mountains that's blocking it. But I just can't believe Alaska would have this area we don't talk about. $200, $300, $250. Need some height on them things. I know they got mountains right there. Remember they used to have a station over here somewhere that I used to click on all the time that was getting like 900 a day? Yeah, I figured eventually somebody would be coming. But this dude was making like 900 a day at one point. One of these stations. Actually showed me one the other day that was still making about 600 a day or something like that. He was in one island by himself somewhere. I don't know, guys. I'm probably boring the hell out of y'all, but I could sit here and just check different stations out and just to see what they're making. I could do this all day. There it is. 600 a day. Look at that. That's crazy. But see, I'm the kind of RF nerd. I want to know what his setup is. Just curiosity. Not that I'm calling them out. I want to learn. You're always learning. I know RF. I understand that. They got people out there that know way more than me. I want to know what this dude's setup is. Is he just on top of a mountain? Is he on top of a 300-foot tower? And the station has almost no loss because he has the device. Is this a WB200? Is this a DIY device? Like that's my inner geek is going crazy because I want to know what the frick what is he doing? Look, he's number one all the way around. Like, what are you doing? Share with the class. Damn it. That's awesome. That's phenomenal. I wish he was on my live. I'd love to interview him. So that's what. So if anybody knows who this is on whatever island this is, what the hell does that say? I don't even know. Is this a country? Like what the hell is this? Puerto Judo, Soretta, Rambo, Bisquitos, Villanova, Villa de Topo, Sao Paulo to airport. Is this like some aisle? Is this where Wonder Woman is or something? I don't know. That's crazy. Who thought of that? Go. I'm gonna try to say this as nice as I can possibly say. Go, go pick some spots and go look at Google Earth. Um, rural is not the word for it. Talking even when I help Daniel out with his stuff, very, okay, I'm trying not to be rude, young me, and I don't mean it rude because I have a lot of respect. Daniel's a hustler, and he hustles, and he's always trying to tweak his stuff to make better for him and himself, and fixing the stations. And I don't want to say anything that sounds derogatory or anything like that. I give the dude props. That dude hustles. But if it's you look around some of them areas, it's desert, third world country. Some people just don't have probably the money to set up stations. I think that's why you see some of these other stations like Weather XM right now, and them trying to do the NFT thing where you're hosting a station, the station's going down in that area or something like that. I think and then there's another project where they were putting stations, routers in some places and stuff like that. And I think that's just what their hindrance is too. But I will say this also, even when I track Daniel's stuff, there's not a lot of flights going through there. Now again, I don't know what time it is over there right now, but there's not a lot of flights going through there either. So look at us. Kyle Coffee coming here with the sarcasm. My sarcasm alarm is going off about entropy. Oh man. I don't get it because you don't have the sales. Oh, holy shit! Somebody sold. I'm sorry. I can't stop cursing. You'll see how much I curse in real life. Like that's why I can't do lives. $900. Dollars. Oh God, it makes my stomach hurt. Let me just see something. Let me just see if I can just say the devil made me do it. I'm just curious on how much entropy I got right now. Boy, it's been a long time since I've only seen 3 digits on my entropy wallet. It's been 4 digits forever. So I still got $2,000 worth of entropy right now. So if I wanted to say screw them guys, screw the project, screw everybody, and go against everything that I have said since day one about don't sell, don't sell, don't sell. Yes, I can sell entropy right now at this price and make $2,000. That's not included what my Astros only have about 50, $60 on there each. I got 4 of them, so that's still about $200. So for $2,200, I could sell all my Astro right now. I wouldn't do that to the project because that's not me. I understand some people get pissed off, but you know what? I don't know who this is. I hope you're not in my live right now. And if you are in my live, I don't care. This is a dick move. You join a project that you know you can't sell. This is a dick move. Why you sell it all at one time? Just take $100 out. If you have this much sitting in there, you have 29 million entropy in there. just sell $100 worth. You know, now if you need it for an emergency to feed your family because you work for the federal government and you're not getting a paycheck, you know what? God bless you. I hope it helps you out. And then I take back everything I said. Chances are that's not the case. I have 2 different friends right now who work for the feds, and I think it's absolutely BS that they're getting check stubs in. This is the federal government for you. How many federal employees do you think there are in the federal government? If y'all had to take a wild guess, I wouldn't know. Do you know they still send them check stubs with zeros on them? How much money do you think the feds could save by not sending and just saying, look, we're not giving you a check stub. You didn't get paid for the last 80 hours. But no, I got friends who got check stubs. They're on Facebook telling us, showing us. They got check stubs for zero. What do you think that cost? Don't get me started. Don't get me started on the politics thing. You know, I'm gonna start the grumpy party. How about that? Because the Republicans don't represent me no more. Democrats never did. I don't know. There's no conservative party anymore. I don't know what I got to start my own party. I don't want to join the Elon party either because he's weird. I don't know. Maybe I need to move to Canada next to Who Farted. I don't know. I will say this. Again, I don't mean about politics. I did look at my deferred comp and my pension that also is based a lot off stock markets. And that's not crashing. That looks very good. Like my buddy at work's like, man, have you looked at your deferred comp lately? I'm like, no. I said, that shit's got to be down, right? I saw stocks are down. He's like, you better go look. Let's say this. The one thing Trump has helped out was stocks. Maybe not crypto, but the way it's going, I can't base my retirement off crypto. That's for dang sure. Dang sure. How much they have left in their wallet? Can you check? Too much. Who far do I have a little regret not selling at $20? Or $40. I was in it with $40 when the thing was $45, and we're making $45 a day mining. Remember them days? I remember them days. Beginning of last hunting season. I'm like, man, I could cash out right now and go hunt trophy whitetail deer hunting in Texas right now. But no, I'm gonna be a team player. Listen, guys. I know some of y'all don't care for them. They're a little rough around the edges. They're a little childish. They're a little crazy sometimes. So not everybody gets along with the entropy guys. If they're cool with me, I'm cool with them. I have, but I still think, despite what I'm going to say, I still think that their face and their namesake is all over this project. And I just don't see them doing nefarious things. Whether or not, I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say. I have respect for them. And I was the first person, not first, but I was the person doing all these things and telling everybody about buying Ashlers and stuff like that. And if I get screwed in the end, I get screwed in the end, but I still have my honor. How about that? If this thing goes down to 0.0001 and then gains another 0, at least I can say I didn't screw him over. How about that? Because y'all all know that a lot of people bought Ashlers using my code. I sat here and told everybody about buying Ashlers. I told people, hey, none of this is financial advice. We don't know what's going to happen to the token tomorrow, all that stuff like that. But y'all know as well as I do. If I went today and sold $2,200 worth of this token, I would be blasted just as bad as BitBoy was when he got caught selling his token. Tell me I'm wrong. And here we are. How many months ago we bought these Ashlers? I don't even remember. Y'all know as well as I do, I would be blasted all over the place. Grumpy told us all to buy this stuff, and he went and sold all of it. And that's part of it. And some of y'all might say, screw him. Some of y'all might say, I'm an idiot. but I worked too hard to build up this channel to get flamed like that. But y'all know there's a lot of people in that Discord. There's a lot of people that follow that project. They have a huge online social media presence. And if I sold now, after telling everybody to get in like that, and it's not the time to sell, because that's not part of the project we're in, I'd get roasted. It's not worth it. Here comes a YouTube short. No. $72. What else? Tell you what though, I mean, saying all that, I'm sitting here I'm just sitting here just looking around, seeing what else people stole. You know, I think I'm trying to think who it was on YouTube. I think it was Joe. Talked about how he got booted from the project early and he sold and made $1,000 off of it. That's when he had just the ESP32 and everybody attacked him. I look at it now like, maybe he was onto something. But the project also after that was very demeaning to him, and because he got into it early, was given the cred, saying he was gonna be part of the project long term, don't sell, and he turned around and sold behind their back. He got flamed for it. And you know, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna be just as paranoid with Wingbits. Somebody's gonna figure out what wallet I have, and not if, but when I sell, I think it's gonna come out. I have no doubt about it. And I'm telling y'all right now, I'm gonna make some profit up in Wingbits. I have a lot of money out on them. Antennas, I got with 14 DIY stations, all needed antennas. Some of them I bought Raspberry Pis, or I bought little potatoes, sweet potatoes, and stuff like that. Some of them. Some I used old helium devices. Feedline, outdoor boxes, monthly ISP charges I'm being paid for. I'm going to sip some profits on Wingbits. I'm telling you that right now. But again, you can't hurt it that bad because it's getting split up over 12 months. There's a part of me that I said, I wish, I was wondering, because we don't know how it's going to work. We know that they discussed possibly doing some type of staking mechanism. We don't know what kind of rates it would be. Part of me was saying, as a long-term thing, taking most of my, not all, but most of my every 12-month beta rewards that they're going to drop and just stake it. And then just take my profits from the daily rewards on them. Because I mean, again, I'm going to have 15 stations operating. Plus I got 3 or 4 that I split with my friends that we moved over from Helium onto Wingbits. So I'm getting a third of those. I don't know yet. I don't know what, but I know there's gonna be people looking at it, and people gonna make some kind of comment. He told us all to get in Wingbits, and now he's selling. Ugh. Yeah, listen, DIY weren't cheap, and that's what everybody thinks. People assume DIY was free. DIY wasn't free. Just the feed lines alone. I mean, depending on how long of a feed line you need, you couldn't use cheap, thin feed line. You needed LMR 400 if you had anything more than 10 feet. That got expensive. Those SDRs, them SDRs were $40 a piece, especially if you use the green ones or the blue ones. $40 a piece. Antennas were $45 a piece. So you had $100 right there with taxes on Amazon before you even add the feed line. Feed line might have been $20, $10, $20, whatever. Outdoor box, another $20, $30, depending on which one you bought. Which you average at $150 per device? Sipping some profits. hate to sell on them, but you know, I'm not gonna be like some people. And look, they did it the right way. I'm not knocking them. I'm knocking them only because they were smarter than me. But they were sitting there waiting. I'm trying to think who was the YouTube person. Who was it? Y'all said it. The person on X or whoever it was that was sitting there just pressing refresh, waiting for that 375 AI token. And he got to sell his 375 token chunk at 15 cents a piece. Or the 50, yeah. And that's just crazy. Whatever. All right, boys and girls. It was fun chatting. I gotta go finish packing. I got a 10-hour drive ahead of me tomorrow. Don't know when I'll be back on. You know, if something goes on, I might try to make a video. I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to even upload it because depending on where I'm staying at, Missouri, internet sucks. Cellular sucks. Sometimes it's a good thing when work's trying to call you. Sometimes it's a bad thing when you're trying to keep up with the real world. But, you know, we'll see. But I appreciate all the support with everybody. I appreciate everybody coming on with this last minute live we had. And hopefully we turn things around and crypto starts moving up again and we can stop this bleed. We'll see. We'll see if we bounce off 90 something thousand like some of these YouTubers are saying, or if we're going to keep going up. So, I mean, it'll keep going down or whatever's going to happen. Whatever's going to happen, we ain't got no control over it. That's the funny part. We ain't got no control over it. So I'm not losing sleep over it. So, all right.